it's fear that, and I take inspiration from, I'll give you an example of a guy called Andrew McCartney. He's a 26-year-old computer science grad from the north that was given a life sentence last year for the grooming of hundreds of girls. And so we work a bit with the UK Home Office. And he would he would contact girls on public pages like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, Snapchat. And he'd target girls that were 10, 11, 12, looked like they had eating disorders. And he would contact them on those public pages, pretend to be a girl of similar age, and then start the trust cycle. So he would use phraseology like, I'm like you, we're the same, my parents didn't understand me either. And volunteer a picture of himself. So that was usually of himself. It was usually the girl that he had previously groomed naked. And that would close the trust loop. And the new girl would say, okay, she's shown me hers, I'll show her mine. And then that would be the first image. And then sending the first nude image is the tipping point in a grooming attempt, because then what he would do was use that image, which is what most groomers do, to blackmail the child for more images, videos, online grooming, taking part in online grooming. And he had that process down to 9 minutes from first contact. He would bring kids into encrypted apps or where there was disappearing messages. I don't want to name check any particular apps. But he had that process down to 9 minutes. And there's a famous case of a 12-year-old girl in Florida who killed herself, one of his victims, and then her father killed himself out of grief. And what drove her to do that was Andrew McCartney was trying to get her to involve her younger sister in the abuse. That was her tipping point.
Jesus Christ.
I use that. And then, sorry.
That's okay.
I learned, this used to kind of, it stopped causing this reaction around the time of Geneva, because I needed to train myself to be a little bit dispassionate. And I'd gotten this reaction to stop, and now I'm back. Thanks, Stephen.
You're welcome. It's good to see it, though.
Yeah.
It is good to see it because it shows the passion that you have for the project, the potential of saving those future kids, and also tooling up parents to protect, because that's what our job is to do, is to protect our kids, right? As much as we can, without invading their privacy and stuff, but also just being aware of what's going on in the world that they might be a little bit naive to.
I was invited to speak to a group of parents at a big tech company recently. And in the prep call, the two parents that were running this parents group, I was in the car and I told the story of Andrew McCartney. And then I moved on to the story of Adam Rain, the 16-year-old boy who got into a therapeutic relationship with ChatGPT and was encouraged to kill himself. And he did. And now his parents sued ChatGPT, and there's guardrails now and all that kind of stuff. And I was kind of just, like a robot. I kind of have to kind of switch into the robotic mode. And then there was silence on the phone. And I realized they were like, I'm not sure our participants are going to be able for this. I think maybe we might have to have a psychologist in the room if anybody's having difficulty or anything like that. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm so sorry, because I'd become a bit robotic about it, because you have to.